Welcome back, my fellow freedom fighters and lovers of freedom all over the world. My returning subscribers and those who are watching from a distance, you guys are amazingly awesome. But I can ask for a favor. Can you go ahead and smack the red button and click the notification bell? So whenever we upload, you'll be able to get notification. On this very video, my brothers and sisters, our leader, Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Epka is telling you what it is. Freedom is taken, freedom is never given. George Washington was tagged a terrorist. Nelson Mandela was tagged a terrorist. So many people that have fought for freedom were tagged one name or the other. You don't have to make it easy on your enemy, and you don't need to show weakness. You need to be consistent and you need to be steadfast. I want you to hear
know
this.
What is right and what is wrong. If you are
If you have come to our land to kill us, you are going to die there. That I can assure you. I am not perturbed by the tag of terrorism, by the tag of you are proscribed, the proscribed, outlawed IPOB, a human being in Nigeria who is suffering, a journalist who is suffering, a media house that understands the pain, the suffering, the anguish, the torments that the people are going through every day is writing this junk on a daily basis. And the fulani janja they're all going to find you. They will find you. Are you sure you people don't actually understand what is happening around you? We are in a state of war. They've not declared it, but we are in a state of war. Nelson Mandela was called a terrorist. Yes, Nelson, go and do your research, because everything I tell you is gospel. Nelson Mandela was tagged a terrorist. Oliver Cromwell, that brought a semblance of the rule of the people. The reason why in England you have the House of Commons today, that the power resides with a commoner, a prime minister, like Boris Johnson, is because of Oliver Cromwell. Are you listening to me very carefully? The reason why the House of Common People in England is the strongest house you have, not the House of Lords. They are the ones that make the laws. The reason why in England today, somebody who is not either a landed gentry or somebody who is not from the royal family or somebody who is not titled, like an earl, a lord, a viscount, is not the prime minister, is because of a man called Oliver Cromwell, an Englishman. He too was called a terrorist. So too was George Washington. During America's War of Independence, George Washington, this America that every ant wants to go to, this same United States of America that everybody will die to go and live in, is called the land of the free, or should I say the land of the brave and the free. The man that made it possible is George Washington. The British called him a terrorist. I am saying all of these things tonight so that if you're called a terrorist because you're an IPOB, because you fund ESN, it is a badge of honor. After following what I'm reading out to you tonight, you will understand it. Who are we compared to Nelson Mandela? Of course, we are nobody. But he was called a terrorist. It didn't stop him. It did not stop the armed wing of ANC, Kanu Watizwe, from doing their job to make sure that apartheid collapses. Apartheid, where South Africa abducted, anything abductable, they abducted, they killed, they massacred. At the end of the day, the will of the people prevailed. Our people should not despair.
Abduction and kidnapping of our leader. What have you done? If you are afraid of being tagged a terrorist, you are not ready for freedom. You are not ready.
This very Eastern Security Network is not, and I repeat, is not the army of Biafra. When the time comes for us to raise the army of Biafra, we shall announce it to the whole world.
I want you to understand that struggle for freedom is not a child play. I want you to understand that struggle for independence is not try and luck. I want you to understand that the struggle for independence is not gambling. I want you to understand that you must do everything to maintain the trust of the people.
Fortunately, those we regard as political leaders have connived with these people to ensure the decimation of their own population. That is the type of nonsense we can no longer condone. As you all know, there is no significant fulani presence in our land because our fathers taught us how to fight. And we are doing so today without apologies to any idiot. We're not going to apologize because we have been apologizing for nearly 50 years. And we have not gotten anywhere in terms of our collective advancement and development in the damnable zoological republic called Nigeria. That is why we must know what we're doing. And that is why anybody who is remotely interested in the affairs of our people must understand this. That we are determined, doubly determined. 50 years, or should I say 54 years, is a very long time. And 51 years since the end of the war. But now that we have come, or should I say now that God Almighty in heaven, has determined that we should come, we are not going to relent. We are not going to do anything whatsoever to jeopardize the sanctity and the holiness of this very mission.
Anybody that is not ready for Biafra struggle should step aside. Anybody, especially those who are in the decision making. All of them who is not ready to be piloting the Biafra struggle should step aside. Before I go into what I'm about to do today, I want to ask a question. But if you are in IPOB, from the leadership of IPOB down, since the abduction of Nnamdi Kanu, what have you done to Biafra struggle? I want to know. What have you done differently? What have you done to follow the footsteps of Nnamdi Kanu? What have you done for Biafra struggle?
Because
this is the arrival of Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor and Opadike himself and some of our foreign partners. There's an Igbo. We are moving into the court. There are so many issues to be addressed.
You in the leadership of this movement, what have you done for the Biafra struggle in the absence of Nnamdi Kanu? Ask yourself that question and answer it. If you are not ready to make a very dangerous decisions, if you are not ready to make mistakes that is going to propel to lead you forward, you step aside. And I'm going to tell, I did not just come here to talk. Okay? I'm going to prove you, including those who are telling you, you are going to kill yourself. Is that how you are going to be in Biafra? I'm going to prove you wrong today. Because I am prepared for this struggle. I did not come to join IPOB, join Biafra struggle, which I joined because of what I have seen, what Nnamdi Kanu did, and what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. Now in his...
Thank you, my amazing people. If the video interests you, go ahead, like, share,